Welcome to a texture pack update for my pack Barely Default, and this is about Christmas themed stuff. I've added a bunch of Christmas items to my pack because that's now possible in Minecraft, the vanilla Minecraft. With Christmas items, I mean items that change depending on the real life time of your computer. Okay, so that's pretty exciting. So if it turns real life Christmas, the item sprites change, and that's what I'm going to be showing off. And I'm doing it in a very fun, festive world. This is the console edition festive world. So if you've played on this before, then, you know, it should be familiar for you. We're arriving on the station now, and yeah, that's it. We're gonna head out. Whoa, yep, there you go. Thanks. And we're gonna head off into the world now. And I'm gonna be showing off the items, like I said. We'll just pass through the gate here. Oh, yeah, look at this, This village supplies this item, which is gonna be quite useful for showing off the Christmas items, because it is not Christmas today, as of recording this video at least. Nifty item that we can put on our head that will enable Christmas vision, alright, when we get to the items. And we'll get it prematurely, alright, since it is not Christmas yet. We'll head off into the village, and I do believe that there is a Christmas market going on today, which is a nice opportunity for us to check out some of the items, like leather that we have here. The first item, I guess, you know, they have some farmers here. I guess they're selling some cows. Let's look at leather through the Christmas vision. So let's put on our Christmas goggles, and we're instantly gonna see leather changed to the Christmas texture. So regular old cows, you know, these are snowy skins, of course, of the cows. If you kill them, they'll drop this nice packaged leather, which is of course very festive. So slaughter a cow, get some leather, you know, Christmassy or not. The rest of the year, the entire rest of the year, the leather texture just looks like this in my pack. All right, vanilla leather. But then on Christmas time, only a few times a year, leather will look like this. You get it, and that's gonna be the video. All right, on to the next item. Feathers, always white, even though chickens come in many colors, right? And there's no way really to make gray chickens drop gray feathers without it being a different item that doesn't stack. So once a year, I'll have all feathers just change into this, I don't know, pheasant's feather. It's a little bit of a more Christmassy feather, and all chickens now drop it, all right? Any live chicken you kill will drop the feather, because all feathers look like this, all right? So moving on to the next set of items is bricks. Both nether bricks and regular bricks get a nice custom Christmassy texture. It's honestly pretty quirky, you know, they get a little ribbon around them both. It's a little package, it's a little gift. You know, give someone a brick. I don't know, I think the irony of it is cool. Little ribbon around the brick. And otherwise, you know, I can't change blocks. By the way, that's not a thing in vanilla yet. Maybe next year we'll get that, right? I'll do a fully immersive blocks Christmas pack, right? And then the goggles will change a lot more than just items. But for now, it's just items. So yeah, bricks, nether bricks, you get it. Next, some baked goods. Put on the goggles, see what it looks like with Christmas vision on. And look at that, they've changed only slightly. You know, I'd say it's not much of a difference. The cookies get the white chip chocolate, all right? Apparently that's Christmassy. And then the bread is it's a bit of a different bread. It's a Christmas bread. It's gone on the roof now. Would you still eat it? I would. It looks nice and glazed. And only around Christmas time, all right? And we'll put this back where we found it, because this guy might get mad at us. I don't think this is your stall, sir. Or is it? He's got the smoke? No, I don't really know. All right, we'll move on to the bucket shop, apparently. Let's take off the goggles before we get in there, so we can enter in the vanilla way. I don't know, I think that seems nice. And then we'll put on the goggles once we're inside. So this is the buckets shop where they sell buckets. And my buckets are a little bit of a changed texture. It's definitely an updated texture. Some animations as well, like the pufferfish, it splashes around. Or even the tadpole, it should swim around a little bit. There you go, it's subtle, but I like it that way. And then the axolotl bucket is completely 3D. And that works with all the axolotl variants as well. So if you... all right. If you catch it's kind of a dangerous store. Should probably sue the bucket shop. But yeah, if you catch axolotl in a bucket of a different skin, it'll work visually with the item, right? As you can see, it's very obvious. And now let's turn on Christmas mode again, and you'll see the buckets change instantly to socks. Alright, Christmas stockings. Obviously great to put above a fireplace or something, you know. And basically the reason I did date-dependent variants for buckets is because buckets don't really work with name-dependent stuff, because if you bucket something, it becomes a different item, right? Like this item is called a bucket of axolotl, so you can't really rename buckets. It doesn't really work. But, you know, date-dependent items, that's great. That's perfect. So let's get it. All the bucketable stuff is now in Christmas stockings around Christmas. Isn't that cute? We'll move on to the next shop, which is books. So books in my pack are pretty vanilla. I really like the vanilla books, but the quill on it is 3D. So that's a pretty cool detail already. And obviously, if you can see it here, if you have a book and you write stuff in it, it becomes thicker. All right, and this is like a classic resource pack feature. And since I've displayed them here in this Christmas market, you'll assume that they have Christmas variants. So let's check them out too, because they're nice and colorful. And the feather on the written book is the same theme as the vanilla feather that we have. Look, this one, you know, changes along. So it's kind of the same theme. Enchanted books covered in this one as well. And now they're back to normal, which is how they'll stay all year round. All right, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get into some enchanting items like lapis lazuli and bottles of enchanting. I can't wait to see what they look like once I put on these goggles. And oh my god, what is going on? The bottle of enchanting here is just a jar of goo, of Christmassy contents. I'm pretty sure this is like Christmas leftovers, or it's punch. Maybe it could be melon punch, actually. You see that? No, I don't know really, but there you go. It is new items in the pack around Christmas. So be on the lookout for that, because if you have candy canes in your chest, it'll be lapis, and it can be used to enchant stuff. All right, should we just enchant my pickaxe? Why not? You know, just to show off that it works. Oh, I can't. Oh, but I got a bottle of enchanting. Oh, perfect. Look at that. The jar of enchanting. Okay, wait. Oh. Unbreaking one on my pick is perfect. Look at that, beautiful. We just did that in Christmas mode, fully canon. And now we've almost finished the market already. The last stall is a spider stall, where I guess they milk spiders for their silk. And we can check out a string. It has stack size dependent variants, as you can see. Which means that if you have a lot of it, the texture changes. So now if I have 64 of it, it's a spool. And as I start to divide the stacks, then the texture is going to change, as you can see. Which is fun in gameplay, you know. It's very dynamic. I kind of have to rearrange this back how it was, alright, to show off all the variants. So we're going to find out what the stack sizes are, because of course I don't remember these numbers. 45, that's the other value, and the last one I'm pretty sure is just 60. So there you go, we got the string divider again. Now we can put on our Christmas goggles, and we'll get to see that string around Christmas is red. Alright, it's very Christmassy. It's not blood, definitely not. No, that's not a Christmassy thought at all. I don't even know why I said that. It's red Christmas yarn. You know, if we get into this spider spawner, milk these spiders, I suppose, we'll see that they drop red string. I didn't actually see it there. Hold on. Did you drop it? Yeah, there you go. So there's some red string right there, so we're gonna pick it up, and I mean, you get it, you already saw it. So yeah, milk some spiders, and we got festive string. All right, that's the lore. All right, that's the Minecraft canon lore, and here I am contributing it. Wait, can you put an entire stack in a slot of a shelf? That's awesome. I didn't even know that. And the hopper is taking stuff out of him too. That's pretty cool, man. I love shelves. All right, and we've done the market, so I guess it's time to head up to Santa's factory. I've set up some surprises in there, some gifts for you guys, if you will. And I think we have to head this way. Just keep following the lights, I believe. And oh, it's actually popping up in the distance already. Our next destination is Santa's Manor, all right, which or Santa's factory maybe even. I don't really know. They're not labeled, all right, since this is the festive mashup pack world, and there's a lot of paintings scattered around. Let's actually take this little detour and mine some of this ore, all right, just to get it. You know, maybe we need it sometime. Oh, look at that! Oh my God! So raw ore is changed too. All right, it's changed the bells, so it's very Christmassy. And then you smelt up the little bells into regular old ingots. Isn't that sweet? So we'll pick up these nice Christmas bells. If you see any bells around your chest, it's actually raw ore. And there's some copper here too. Let's see what it is. What is it? I can't quite see it. We'll bring this torch over here. Actually, it's pretty immersive, right? Bringing a torch over there. See, it's Christmas baubles, and they're copper colored. Isn't that sweet? Let's see if there's any other raw ore around. There is. Check it out. See what it looks like. All right, what's it gonna be? Oh, it is a little candle holder. What a surprise, and how sweet. Even your natural world, like your ores, you know, ore items, a little bit more alive, all right, with these festive raw ore items, letting you know that the holidays have begun. And now we can move on to Santa's mansion properly. All right, we'll take the path. Classic candy canes. Moving up the steps now, the mansion reveals itself. It is beautiful, it's gorgeous. We've got some custom torches here, if you notice that. Feature in my pack too. Look at that. It's an item in an item frame. It's an ingot renamed to sconce. So if you rename any ingot to sconce, it'll look like this. All right, we're already demolishing the mansion, taking stuff apart, but we're here and we can look at some festive renames that I've scattered about, like these gifts right here. So there's a new rename that I have for bundles. Looks really nice. And I will note, these are invisible item frames. Doesn't actually require festive mode. We can take it off and the bundle still works. See, you can see it in my hand. We actually have a bundle, so let's just rename this bundle to gift, because that's the name it needs, or present. And it works for all colored bundles. And if it's empty, it'll be an empty gift, right? And you can also put that on the floor. Put it in an invisible item frame, so it looks even better. Look at that. So, you know, for decoration purposes, this is pretty nice. And of course, bundles have this cool feature where you can scroll over them and it reveals what's inside them. It opens the present up. It's pretty neat. Dynamic new bundle rename. And of course, this is very nice, right? If you're gifting something to a friend, put your gifts in a bundle, drop it off at their door, and it'll look very festive. Even if you put it in a chest, hold it in your hand, it looks cute. I think this is great for roleplay. Or as you can see on item frames, my pack has tons of renames that are not dependent on it being festive time of year, like the totem of nut cracking. All right, this is a real actual totem of undying. Will protect you from death, and it is a funny little Christmas man, nutcracker man. I don't know the lore of the nutcracker, but somehow that's Christmassy, right? Bunch of festive renames as well. And like I said, they're not affected by festive mode at all. They don't require it, right? If it's Christmas, nothing about them breaks or anything, but also nothing happens to them. So the bundle renames and the totem renames are all year round, and the other textures like this stuff, very much date dependent. All right, that's the point of the update. And I have some more funny totems stashed away like this. Look at this. The troll of undying, doll of undying. Is that cute? Of course, all the presents, I think they look very nice, right? Stashed in these shelves. Don't worry about that. And then we're gonna head into the control room for more gift related reasons. What's going on? What's that? What sort of intruder are we talking about? Oh my God, it's illagers. Okay, well, we can handle an illager. How many of these guys are there? What are they wearing? What's going on? This is not This wasn't in my pack. Okay, it's a lot. Maybe we need to get out of here. We're a bit poorly equipped for an Illidan invasion right now. So let's head out into Santa's secret armory. All right, I think that will be a good idea to kind of armor ourselves up, and let's see what's out here. Let's suit up first of all, alright? It's a pretty big priority, facing a big threat. Alright, we're armed to the teeth here, looking good. Let's see what we have. The invaders have already gotten into the armory. Rocket launcher, let's see. Boom! What else? Scotland's skull cutter. Let's slice them apart. Here we go. Slice. An evoker. Scattergun. Got him. A revolver. Reload animation included. 2 in 1 shot, probably. There you go. Pew. How about this? Bedrock on distance, the bizarre bargain, and it has a cool scoping mechanism, alright? Let's scope and hit him right in the head. Alright, bizarre bargain. Bizarre bargain. The rescue ranger. Let's load her up already. It's kind of like a shotgun, but of course it only shoots 1 bullet. I mean, it depends on how you enchant it. Rescue ranger in your face. Then we have the back scratcher, which is a melee weapon for a hose. We're gonna take on an evoker in vanilla Minecraft with a hose, so that's an interesting plot point there. Back scratcher. Get your back scratched. Scratch your back. I scratch your back. Scratch your back real good. Let's take care of these little guys underneath this gazebo. This is an interesting fighting strategy. Black box. Pistol. It just shoots arrows, but it's still called pistol. Pretty immersive. Look at me walking around Minecraft Steve with a real pistol. How about we run? We'll run from the evil Vexes, and we'll take a snap at him with my sniper rifle. All right, which also has the scoping overlay. Check this out. Sniper rifle. Look at this. Maybe I got him, or he just disseminated on his own, because they do that. Sniper rifle. Another pistol, but with little wings, as is the winger. All right, I'll focus on these guys. The Clive Moore. Schling. Shroom. Ching! There you go, we got him. Airstrike. Let's take it to the skies and shoot from above. I'll finish it off with the family business, which is a classic shotgun to your face. Actually on the bucket. How about the Crusader's crossbow? Pew, there you go. You want one? Crusader's crossbow in your face. Persian Persuader for netherite sword. That's how that feels. You like that? Have another one. Now for you, I got a shotgun. A classic shotgun. It's in the pack. It shoots arrows. Goes beautiful with multi-shot, of course. It's such a good fantasy, right? You really imagine shooting a shotgun, and that's what it's all about. Even though it just shoots arrows, technically it's not a gun, alright? It's definitely just some sort of fancy crossbow. Another one, the panic attack. An alternative to the shotgun, and it has a big drum barrel at the bottom. The short stop, which is a really tiny pistol type weapon, but it is a pepper gun, I believe. It is a sort of a shotgun, so I put multi-shot on it. How about this? The soda popper. In your face, another shot bow type weapon. Finish it off with one of the greats, the reserve shooter, kind of a military type shotgun. Of course, it has the open barrel as well. Can you stop shooting me before I blast you in the face with 3 arrows at a time? Oh, thank you. The reload animations on these are also great. Like, right? It makes me say that out loud. The barrels of these weapons is open at the top. You see that there? So there's space for the arrow, and that would never work with a bullet. That bullet would just go flying anywhere. I don't know. Maybe it would explode. I don't really know what would happen if you fired a gun. They just had a big gap at the top, like my shotguns do, right? But I don't think it would work. But in Minecraft, since it is magical crossbows, it works perfectly, and it looks real cool. And basically, this is just a big pack showcase. These are all new named variants in the pack. I've worked hard on these. There's a lot of them, and they're all Team Fortress 2 inspired. And in the game, Team Fortress 2, their weapons, well, they don't get lights on Christmas, but I thought I'd do it that way, alright? So these weapons are available in the pack all year round, and then on Christmas they will have little lights. However, there is also variants like these ones. Okay, so there's the Crusader's crossbow and the revolver, right? And the black box here. Particularly like the revolver. The reload animation of this is real smooth, real slick. But you can also rename a crossbow Festive Crusader's crossbow, right? Or Festive revolver, or Festive black box, and that's only available for those weapons that I just showed off. Okay, it's not available for the other ones. Let's actually take off these goggles again, so we can see the renames in their normal everyday way. And the Festive renames, of course, still have the lights. They're the exact same lights, but you can just have them all year round. And all the other weapons are completely normal now. And chance like multi-shots with this is just the best, alright? It really fits the fantasy of a shotgun so well. Plenty of people already renamed their crossbows to shotgun, or maybe even these other weapons, alright? You never know. Loading up a pistol with a firework is also just hilarious, right? To just walk around with a pistol like this, it looks funny. It's just a small, tiny thing, and then you shoot it, and there's just this absolutely massive explosion. So yeah, the Christmas update of my pack is mostly about guns. They're not real guns, technically. They're advanced crossbow sort of weapons. Look, this looks like a shotgun, but it shoots rockets. Makes no sense. And my pack has tons of renames, alright? Look, I have a Festive Trident, so that works year round. Makes no sense, but you know, if you want a candy cane trident, you can get it. Or this sword, the snowflake. which is pretty festive. All right, I don't know. I have some festive renames, but mostly it's these. All right, okay, these are my festive renames. All right, so this is what it's about, but all these are new. Okay, really curious what you think of all these. Canonically, this isn't blood, of course. It's like crimson, nethery stuff. Fulfills the fantasy of blood too. So there you go. Non-EULA breaking guns in Minecraft. The festive update. Of course, there's also some Australian weapons, as you can see, also obtained through renaming. So again, this is just a regular old crossbow. Blah, blah, blah. And then if you call it the first sniper, it'll be the golden sniper. Or you just call him Australian, right? You use the word Australian instead of the first. That also works. So you got the first sniper, Australian scattergun. It all works. Up to you. You can also call it the first scattergun. It's the same result. And on Christmas, they'll be Christmassy. Poor Christmas Village of the OG console edition. The festive Mashup pack by Mojang and 4J Studios. A Mashup pack from a really solid, I would say, canon era of Minecraft. And that's also where all these item skins come from. Okay, so in that pack, leather is blue and it has a yellow ribbon around it for some reason. And I do the same. I do it my own texture though. All right, so I redo the pixel art, make it in my style or the default style, right? This is just a feather styled like it would be in default. But yeah, in the Mashup pack, the bricks have a little ribbon around it, a blue ribbon, and then I changed the texture. Sort of a modernized update of the sprites. But that Mashup pack is very canon. So for fans of Minecraft, this will be a nice surprise. Or just, you know, fans of Christmas, right? If you're a Christmas fan, it'll be cute to see an axolotl in a stocking. But yeah, that's where all these decisions come from, basically. My pack is all about the canon, and I guess also the canon of Team Fortress 2. I mean, I love Team Fortress 2. That's a great epic game, and it is somewhat canon to Minecraft. But for most part, the renames, you know, it doesn't even need to be canon because it's all optional, right? If you don't like them, then you don't use them. Very simple. So get the pack, like and subscribe, tell your friends about the pack, and have a happy early Christmas. Bye bye.